Good morning. I am working on a Peugeot 3008 and I am doing some headlamp restoration and I wanted to talk to you about this kit I bought. Now I've been sanding down and polishing, I've tried all that. I've also tried sanding the headlamps down and putting a lacquer over the top. The results of the lacquer is not as nice, I find. Due to the environment, you get specks of dust in it. Your wait and dry time and prep time is quite a lot longer. Polishing prep time is also quite long as well. And I thought I'd buy one of these kits and try it out. Now, this kit came from AliExpress. It was just over €50. I'll put a heading just up here somewhere, just to say how much it actually was. And I've got headlamps to do. Now I've done the other side. You can see the discoloration and also the scratching, sun blistering that's happened on this headlamp here. You can see the lines going across down here. It's all across the top and it's on its way out. It's not as bad as I've seen some of them to be, but with the results of using this kit, this is a little cup. You put this liquid inside this cup. It has a little port there, and you have a jack plug that you can plug in, or you have a cigarette lighter socket with quite a long lead on there. Yeah, so you put this fluid inside here. This is a little nozzle which you put the nozzle up against. Don't touch the headlamp, but you put the nozzle close to it. It evaporates this liquid and it'll then change the sanded format. So what you get in the kit is the liquid cup, adapter plug, also cigar lighter plug. You get a little funnel. You have a seal which goes around this plastic nozzle, and you get various bits of sandpaper, wet and dry sandpaper. I think it's gone from 400, 600, 800 and 1200 grit sandpaper, and you get a little reel of masking tape as well. This is a lid that also takes this little seal which can go on, so if you have a more of a difficult area you actually have a flexible tube which goes into here. Right, to see the result, and I think that this is absolutely amazing. It looks like brand new. I had a little teething problem to start with, very similar to the other side. The main area of oxidation was at the top and a little bit down to the front. I did 400 going across the top, 800, and then finished the whole headlamp doing 1200. The person who owns the car must have put some sort of polish on here. When I flattened it down, I noticed that after I wet and dried it, blew it off with an airline, I could see areas of where it had been sanded, but it was a discoloration. It was different to how it was where I sanded 400 and 800. I used the cup with the nozzle, and it didn't take. It would make it clear, and then as soon as I passed over, it would then go back to the original sanded position state. So I did the whole lot again in 400, went to an 800 grit, and then went to a 1200 grit, wet and dry, and the results of that was just, as you can see, trying to get it from different angles with the light, it is like brand new. I highly recommend this kit. AliExpress, I'll get the price for you later, and I'll show you the other one when I've done. Also to mention that in the instructions it says to wear a mask. I have my mask I've been using through COVID with an exhaust on there, good filter, and also I have my goggles. I'm going to go through the stages of sanding this down, so I'll just do little videos of parts of where I sanded to. With this one, it's not quite as bad as the other side. I'm going to start off with a 600. Oh, and to mention the grits of sandpaper, the 400 didn't come with it. These are my ones that I've added. It came with a 240, a 600, camera angle is wrong, 240, 600, then there was a 360 as well. This one is a 150, the particularly bad ones. And there was also an 800 as well, and a 1200. I've got them on the bench at the minute. Yeah, so I'm going to start sanding this down, and I'll just take a small video showing the processes of what I've done. Okay, just checking what I've done with a 600 grit, and going to show you any areas of which I haven't rubbed down properly. Now you can see that there is like a lightened area here. I believe that this is where the customer has polished the vehicle, because he said he had a go at trying to clean the lights and tried to polish them out. So I don't know what he's used, but there you go, it makes it clearer. Now you can see the areas where I have rubbed down all of the area, but this needs more attention. It's got to be more matte like this and not like this. This is what happened on the other side. I'll just blow this side down further. You can see where all the matte area is not actually matte, and there's a patch there. There's a patch running around here, and then there's a big old patch running up the side here. That there, I think, is just where it's still wet. Yep. So the 600 is okay all over the top. I've just got to tackle this area along the side here. And this is what you need to keep a lookout for. So I'm going to press on. Okay, so we have the results of a 400 grit. I have taken away the areas that just shown you. I'm now going to make a start with the 800 grit. Oh, I forgot to mention that you get a little sanding block as well. Sponge side and a hard side. Works quite well actually. Okay, that's the 800 grit now gone over. Just dusting it down, make sure it looks even, which it does. I'm now going to use a 1200 grit to finish it off. Okay, done the 1200 grit. It's all even. So now I've set up my cup. Got the liquid inside there, which is now starting to evaporate. Connected through the cord into the handle on the extension lead. I'm now going to put my mask on and pop this cap on over this, and we'll see the results. You'll see it's like magic. I can't explain it. Okay. So you can hear where it's evaporating, and now just let it evaporate more. Let the temperature get up on it. Look at the clarity. Whilst you're doing this, you don't want the plastic tip to hit the lens, otherwise you put a scratch in it. But oops, sorry camera. It is like magic. Look at that. any little areas you've missed. You need to sometimes stand in a different light to maybe catch when there might be a little bit of a deeper scratch. Don't know whether I can catch that one. There's a little bit of a deeper scratch over there. Might be able to just catch that. See if I can get this over to it. You can see that and then start to disappear. Look, you can see where I just touched the lens there. Sometimes you can smooth it out with this. Yeah, I smoothed out. Right, I'm going to carry on and do the rest of the headlamp because it's difficult to do with one hand. I want to be able to concentrate getting this, and I'll show you the finished result on this side. And here is the finished result. Absolute pure clarity. Thanks for watching.